G'day guys, and before we get into today's video, I just wanted to quickly say that we greatly appreciate all the support that we've been getting. If you can, please hit a like, comment, and subscribe below. It really helps us with YouTube's algorithms and helps us move forward as a company. We'd really appreciate it if you can do it. Let it rip. Before we get started in today's video, I just want to give a quick shout out to the Limitless Barbershop in Burleigh. If you come in store and grab one of these coupons, the boys will look after you with a half price haircut and a free t-shirt while presenting one of these coupons. So the first episode that we're going to be covering is how to find out the values of certain cards. A question that we regularly get asked is, how much is my card worth? Well, today what I wanted to show you guys is how easy it can be to search up the value of a certain card yourself. Now, the most common ways to find out the values of a certain card is by using eBay. What you can do on eBay is you can search for the most recent sold price of your card. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that the card is worth that value. What it does is it helps give you an understanding for what other cards of that type have been sold. Now, there's a few different factors that come into play when searching up the values of a card. But before we get to searching through the eBay, first of all, we need to find out what the card's called. Now, you can find this in a few different ways. One of the easiest ways to look up your card is to read what might be on the front or the back. As you can see, it has the player's name. This is an NBA card. It's got a basketball player on the front. It's DeMar DeRozan from the Spurs down the bottom. And up the top, you can see that it says contemporaries. Now also, if you flip it around to the back of the card, down the very bottom, it will give you more specifications. As you can see, this one is Panini Court Kings 2021. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna show you guys the most common way to search eBay listings. First things first, what you wanna do is you wanna download the eBay app on Android or iPhone. We're gonna enter the app. You're going to type in the name of the card, Contemporaries. DeMar DeRozan. We know that it's a Court Kings 2021. And we're going to hit search in eBay. Now, as you can see, up the top, no exact matches were found, but there are a list of a few different DeMar DeRozans, with the most common answer being at the top, and a list of more DeMar DeRozan cards from other products. So as you can see at the top, the first search is a Court Kings DeMar DeRozan Contemporaries. Now, one key word here is that it's an amethyst from 95 to 99. Now, how we know the difference between these two cards is that this right here does not have any color on the Court Kings logo. So one important factor to take in is that this is not a numbered to 99, but that is a blue Contemporaries, so like a navy press on the logo. That one is listed for $30. What we're going to do is we're going to try and search up in the filtered items. We're going to show sold items and search. Now here we go, now we're actually finding something. As you can see, the DeMar DeRozan 20 to 21 Panini Court Kings International Blaster Contemporaries has been sold for $6.39. That was sold on the 22nd of June 2021. Today is the 22nd of July. So about a month ago, it was worth $6.39. Previous to that, they have sold for $29.99 and $9.95. That's within the space of a few weeks. Now what we're going to have a look at is a different version of our Court Kings. Now this is a James Harden Maestro insert. Again, the way that we know that is because the bottom says Maestros. The player is James Harden, which is at the top of the card. And if we flip it over to the back, once again down in our fine print, we have that it's Panini Court Kings 2021. So we're going to flip back to the mobile version and type that in. So this one is worth about $6, the most recent sale. We're going to go James Harden, Maestro, Court Kings 2021. Search. Now each time that you search it, you are going to have to filter it down to sold items. And here we go again. So as you can see, this one here, the 149 version of this card has sold for just $5.64. This one right here is not a numbered version. Again, it would have the numbering on the card. It would have a different colored Maestro label. So we know that it's a base version. We're going to keep scrolling until we find something that is of similar comps. Now this is a new product, and this is what I wanted to show you guys as well. So there was one sold on the 21st of June, best offer at $19.99. So more than likely sold for around that amount. Once again, this was about a month ago. Since then, the prices of the Court Kings have come down. And you'll find that in a lot of the trends at the moment, with certain products being released. At the first instance of selling, the prices of cards are usually at an all-time high. Now the reason that I say that is because when Panini first released the Donruss 2021 this year, LaMelo Ball rookies were valued around $100 on eBay. If we flip back and have a look at now, what they would be 6 months later, Donruss rookie, and we search sold items, again these cards were previously being sold over $100. You can get you can get one rated rookie for $15. So once again, understanding how the cards value and what the trends are is super important when collecting. With a lot of the cheaper product, whenever it first gets initially released, the cards will be a lot more valuable then and there because they are a hot release as opposed to 6 months down the track. The reason why this is because certain outlets have access to more product. They just don't get the initial release like certain exclusive stores. Now why that is because certain stores will have access to products later on down the track. So when the initial release is made, there's only a certain amount allocated to stores, and then the rest get allocated towards larger wholesale groups. These groups are companies like EB Games, Kmart, and Big W. Now to put this back into perspective, LaMelo Ball rated rookies earlier on in the year when Donruss initially released were selling for over $100. 6 months later, when EB Games released their Donruss blasters, the card values dropped because of the amount that were coming out. Now I do want to say as well, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen with every product of every year. There are certain product that is absolutely slept on in the beginning and that seems to trend later on. There are certain products that are a bit cheaper when they get released and only go up in value. But we'll save that for another video at another time. But at the end of the day, guys, the cards are valued at what they are to you. And that's the one point that I really want to get through, is that just because somebody is willing to pay a certain amount for another card, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what the card is worth. And also looking at it from a different angle as well. Don't just blow off lots of cards because you don't think that they're of value. If you genuinely like the card, I recommend keeping it. Because when we come back to what the values are with card collecting, you've got to be able to enjoy looking at your cards. When you pull out your collection and show people, they don't always see the dollar values behind it. But I hope that really helps a lot of you guys looking for some value and advice on some cards. If you do have any more questions, feel free to write them in the YouTube comment sections below and we'll reach out and we'll get back to you. Thank you for watching this new episode, guys, and any feedback is greatly appreciated. Let it rip.